Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to my YouTube channel. Esoteric Cloud Surfer here, ready to start a 360 tarot reading for this following week or moon quarter because we are not week. If you enjoy the content, leave a like and subscribe, book a reading with me using the links down below, and let's get started. For the ones that don't know, a 360 reading is a tarot reading that uses the 12 houses of the zodiac as well, right? To read what might happen, what has, my bad, more probabilities to happen at a subconscious and conscious level in each area of your life. And we always start with a card that's actually in the middle of the houses that you can see in your screen, because it will represent the state of being, of the spirit, of the being that we live in right now. Because as we have beings living inside of us, all different types of cells and whatnot, we also live inside of a being that has a spirit, like you are a spirit that created a body and mentalities and whatnot. And we are influenced by the desires of the spirit of the being that we live in. And we have a first card already for that effect. And it is, let's go, the reversed High Priestess. Alright? So what does that mean? Let me get it on the screen. Here we go. The reversed High Priestess in the middle of the reading. It means that everything that can manifest will have something to do with this card over here. And it means that we are going to receive and be aware of higher messages of higher purposes, or ways to utilize our desires, emotions, body, and mentalities for higher purposes in our personal life. But we or others in our surroundings might misunderstand the message, the messenger, or the purpose that our spirit wants to fulfill using those messages or those messengers. Alright? But it's going to be a week, it's going to be a moon quarter where everybody, every spirit is going to have access to higher messages, higher perspectives. And they might arrive through your body, through your emotions, through your associations, through looking at something that you usually look, but this time you're going to see or feel something different. Something will pop in your mind that will lead you in a train of thought, that will lead you to spiritual, mental spaces that you are not usually in, right? So, great quote-unquote spiritually week, great spiritual moon quarter. Every spirit will have the ability to reach higher planes, higher perspectives, but we might misunderstand the path or the destination. So make sure to be clear, meditate, do your passions, do your motivations, do what you gotta do, be yourself in all ways. Right? Let's go for the first house then, which is the house of your personality, personal circumstances, personal interests, and personal insecurities. Let's see what this moon quarter, because I don't like to use the term week, right? Because if you're into spirituality, if you're into astrology, numerology, gematria, crystals and gems, you are not as weak as everybody else that is not into that. And we have a video here on the channel talking about the week and why they call it weekdays and the weekend, so check it out. So let's take a card for the first house. Here we go. It's also a reversed card. It makes sense, right? Because the origin of this manifestation is also in reverse, and it's the reversed Seven of Wands. Oh, my bad. Reversed Seven of Wands, right? And that means that we are going to be separating from old visions, old feelings, old actions, expressions, imaginations, and spiritual belief systems to enter new visions, new feelings, new belief systems, new expressions, and new actions in our personal life. But you or others in your personal life might misunderstand why and how are you detaching, or they might, and you might misunderstand the new visions, the new feelings, and the new actions. You know what I'm saying? And it's all going to happen in your personal space, in your personal life. Or you might see this happen in your personal life, like, I don't know, your cousin might be visiting to your house or to your mama's house, and they going through this, and you are being a witness, right? Because the first house is something that you are close to. Most times it's about you, right? Most times it is. But sometimes it's like it's close to you. It's not in you or it's not you, but it's something that is close to you and that you try to ignore, but you really can't. You always feel a certain way about it, right? While other houses like the third house or the 10th house is things that you can completely detach from, right? That goes over there. Next, we go to the second house, house of your values and what you value in others and how you think that others value or should value you. All right, let's take a card for that real quick without any further ado. There we go. And it is the Two of Wands. So that means that you are valuing the ability to communicate in more spiritual, passionate, motivated, angry, or frustrated ways, or you are finding or valuing in others real conversations about real stuff that impacts the world, impacts you, that changes the perspectives, changes visions, changes spiritual belief systems. Because if you think about it on a deeper level, the whole government and like organizations associated with that have religious motives, right? So you might be able to value people that are able to discuss with you things that impact you, right? Or others in a more deep way, where like something else in the world is happening and you are able to communicate with somebody how deep that is, and they are able to value that from you as well on a more light way. You're just valuing on others the ability to talk about astrology or to talk about your real feelings, your real visions, your real imaginations, your real dreams and goals, right? Because with most people, you can't really express these things. You can't really conversate your dreams, your goals, because they gonna not believe that is possible. They're gonna demotivate you. They're gonna plant seeds of doubt within you. So you are valuing even more in you and in others the ability to communicate those real things that come from the spirit, that come from your imagination, from your visions I mean, from your passions. And if you can't meet them, they'll lead to frustration and aggressiveness, right? Let's go to the third house, house of surroundings and familiar places that you don't connect very deeply with, but you feel comfortable there because you just feel comfortable there, because you don't need to connect very deeply, right? You don't need to show too much care. You can be light. And it's the Six of Pentacles. So this means that, hold on, let me just put that here on the screen. Six of Pentacles means that you or others in your surroundings are paying attention. So either you are paying too much attention and trying to bring power and control over your physical surroundings, or somebody in your surroundings is trying to pay too much attention, bring power, control, and authority to your business, to your situation, to your stability, organization, limits, and boundaries. So perhaps you have to apply a bit more of limits and boundaries when you're talking or interacting with people in your surroundings, because they don't know what's really going on in your life. They might know what is going on, but they don't know how or why or how deep it goes, you know what I'm saying? So don't allow them to apply their limits and boundaries to you, because they just know you from their surroundings. They don't know you that deeply. Let's go into the fourth house, house of private surroundings, private places, real comfortable places where you can be yourself and just a little bit like the second house, show your values, show your imaginations, your dreams, illusions, spiritual purposes. All you can be all of your moods and whatnot, right? Without feeling judged or perturbed. Actually, when you feel accepted and encouraged to be in your emotional place. And it's the Hermit, Virgo. Nice. This is deep though, but it's good. It's healthy. Because it means... Oh, not like that. Not that. Hold on. Because it means that you are being more private, like you should in this house, and you are taking time to yourself, right? In order to be able to organize, improve, update, and make more sense and have more efficient personal relationships, personal spaces and environments, to be more efficient with your moods, and to be more to resolve problems, right? Instead of complaining about the problems, for an example. So you'll be able, through your emotions, through creating moods and creating healthy emotional environments, you'll be able to upgrade your life, upgrade your real circumstances, upgrade your relationships that support you and you support them back. But you have to take time away from something else so you can focus in your fourth house, in your heart space, in your emotions and feelings, in the people that you really care about and they really care about you, so you can organize and update those spaces in an efficient and profitable way. Emotionally speaking, spiritually speaking, not about the money, but depending on your alignments, depending on your rising as well, money and security might play a part in having emotional healthy environment. So by you, and but it's not by you taking care of the money you're gonna feel better. No, it's by you having a healthier environment you're gonna be able to be more organized and make more money, or make the same money but in a better, more proficient, profitable way. You know what I'm saying? Because you make money, the money doesn't make you. Okay. Next on, we have the fifth house, house of things that you like to pay attention to, the house of things in you or you that others like to pay attention to and to be entertained by, and your entertainment, things that make you feel pleasured and that you like to express yourself about in a fixed and creative way. All right, let's go. Let's take a card for that. There we go. It is the reversed Hierophant. So what this means is that there is a desire, something, a pleasure that can teach you about your spirit, the spiritual realm, or higher perspectives that are connected to entertainment, image, storytelling, adventure, right? All that stuff. Shows, books, creativity, individuality being expressed and acted on in a fixed way. But you, or the people paying attention to you and your desires, are misunderstanding, misjudging, or misusing how can you learn about your spiritual natures through your physical and animalistic natures. All right, but there is the learning opportunity. There is the spiritual discovery and the spiritual enlightenment, through physicality, through the physical realm, through physical flesh. But you might get lost into it, or others might judge you wrong because they don't do that desire, they don't do that same thing to learn from their own spirit like you doing it. Or you paying attention to a certain show, to a certain narrative, out in the world to learn from those physical flashes about the spiritual realm, and they are just gossiping about it. That's a great example, actually. Let's move on. The sixth house, house of routine, work, organization, and health issue or health cures. All right. And it is the Two of Swords. So when it comes to your place of work, to your routines, to your patterns, to your health, you will be looking or already experiencing Two of Swords, which is communicate, analyze, socialize, and think in lighter, more flexible, more detached, and more logical way. So if you have some health issues, some pain, some stress, communicating with somebody in a more light and flexible way can help you with that, alleviate the pressure. Or if you talk too much in non-personal ways, non-caring ways, if you talk too much about stuff that it's not important, you might develop certain air pockets, certain headaches or stomach aches, right? Because you are using too much of certain organs or certain chakras for the wrong purpose, for a connection, for a relationship that doesn't bring you anything profitable back. Especially if it is about work, routine, or pattern, you should be connecting, right, to the right relationships. You shouldn't be just throwing information out to the wind, right? But if you already have something solidified, connecting or bringing more lightness and bringing more flexibility to that environment can help you out. Let's move to the seventh house, house of relationships, and initiating new trends, new ways to speak, communicate, and analyze. Thus creating new relationships, right? And you might be in the same relationship, you might be connected to the same person, but you change and create a new way to be in that same relationship. Or they do that to you or with you, right? There we go. Reversed the devil, reversed Capricorn. So this means that there will be certain details, certain little things that will not allow you or your partners in relationships to see the full picture, to see the grand scheme of things, and those details, those little things might perturb the relationship, but it's all a misunderstanding, miscommunication. Maybe you thought you heard right, or the relationship partner, maybe they thought they gathered all the information, but they didn't. They missed some details, or they focused too much on one or two details and they forgot or were not paying attention to the other details. Or they listened to you and what you want, but they missed the part of why you want that. What's the goal? What's the purpose? They just focused on the thing and not on where it comes from and where that will take the relationship to, right? So certain details, certain little things that most likely, not guaranteedly, but most likely are about physical stuff, limits and boundaries, money, security, stability, contracts, rules, schedules, right? Things about that can limit the perspective and the awareness of the relationship and bring misunderstanding and miscommunication within you and your partners. All right? Let's go into the eighth house, house of deep relationships, deep emotions, deep feelings, deep dreams, deep travels, deep partners. You know what I'm saying? Private stuff, scary stuff, or stuff that you think others gonna think it's scary and weird, but it's really not. And we have Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords means that you or people or places that you share or go through deep experiences, deep emotions, and deep feelings through or with, you're going to be separating from old ways to think, communicate, and analyze in more logical ways those scenarios, those partners, or the feelings and motivations in your more private and deep areas of your life, so you can think, see, analyze, and communicate in more clear, sophisticated, and to the point ways about those deep feelings, deep emotions, deep desires, deep passions, deep motivations, deep dreams, deep illusions, deep nightmares, and deep reasons and meanings behind your actions, expressions, and relationships. So you're going to be able to clear out that area of your life, your eighth house, so you can see, communicate, think, and analyze in a more clear, light, and logical way. Moving on to the ninth house, house of externally expressing and acting on dreams, illusions, imaginations, creativity, faith, belief, spiritual belief systems, and the house where you get out of your eighth house. So if you went through deep experiences, you have some testimonies and some partners that you can now use, or with them share your beliefs, share your testimonies with the world, and inspire others and bring them together to your visions and to your spiritual belief system. And it's the Ace of Pentacles. So there is a unique circumstance, a unique thing, a unique product, a unique idea that connects to reality, stability, and security that you can use, right, to communicate to the world, to express to the world your dreams, illusions, and spiritual belief systems, or by doing the ninth house, by expressing your visions, your feelings, by expressing in a more broader way your belief systems and why you believe in certain ways and certain things and why is that important to the world, you will manifest or attract a unique physical circumstance that deals with security, structure, limits, boundaries, safety, scheduling, contracts, you know what I'm saying? So it's either you are using the Ace of Pentacles to share something to the world in a more spiritual and exciting, creative way, or by doing that, you will receive or see in places that you didn't see before a unique physical opportunity. Or you just have a very unique physical perspective about something, a very unique, realistic perspective about something that you can use to share to the world and influence and inspire the world, right? Now, on the 10th house, house of career, status, creating new physical circumstances, creating new limits and boundaries, creating new ways for others to see you in a more respectable and organized way, or you creating a new thing to see yourself in a more realistic perspective. Let's see what we got there. Yeah, so because that's why it's the 10th house, it's really like quote unquote important, because every house is, but it's like you must start that new routine. You must start to see yourself in a new, more realistic and more organized way, and then others gonna see you in that way as well. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, deep. Aries, the Emperor. So, in order to create the best new routine, in order to create the best or to because you might be creating a new business, or you might just be creating a new business direction, taking your business to other areas, expanding your business, your routines and patterns, how you value yourself, how you value others as well, because it is about creating those new visions. Like the second house is your values, the sixth house is your routines, what is already there. But the 10th house is the ability to create or expand or limit in certain areas, or limit other people's access to certain values or routines that you have, right? So with Aries, the emperor in this house, it means that before you do that in physicality, before you do that with other people, in your spirit, in your visions, and in your mind, you must create a new vision about yourself. I was just talking about that, right? You have to create a new, passionate, enthusiastic way to see yourself, to see your values, to see your routines, to feel about that you are valuable about the world, and then bring that to the 10th house. How? What? What specifically can I offer to the world that I know it's valuable? And I know also how to explain to others in real ways. Like, this is why I'm valuable, and this is why what I'm offering you can help you or be important or be of valuable to you. But if you don't see yourself in that high light, in that high vision, in that passionate, motivated, and in some cases aggressive and frustrated way, if you don't see yourself in that way, you cannot innovate your business. You cannot create a new routine and pattern. You cannot create new limits and boundaries. You cannot create, or you can, but it will actually hurt you instead of helping you. Because you are connecting with people, you're creating networks, you're creating limits and boundaries about low visions of yourself, about low products of yourself. If you don't do Aries, the Emperor, in the 10th house, you know what I'm saying? That's some deep shit, that's some important shit. Let's go to the 11th house, house of worldwide associations, social media connections, friendships, games, science, astrology, but not astrology itself or not science itself, but the ability to communicate and influence and see the world through astrology, through science, through social media. It's not social media itself as well, it's the connections and the ideas that you see and express in those realms. It's not astrology itself, but it's the ability to express astrology to the world and reach out to others, or science, or whatever it is, right? So let's see what's going on in that house. There we go. Reversed 8 of Wands. And what does that mean? That means that there is a vision, a feeling, an imagination, action, or expression, right? That you or others see you spending a lot of time in that. You're spending a lot of time in that vision, spending a lot of time in that feeling, spending a lot of time in that imagination, then that drives actions and expressions. But you or others seeing you from far away, seeing you through social media, seeing you through these websites and whatnot, they or you, because you might be the one seeing others in this routine and pattern, spiritually speaking, you might be misunderstanding, misjudging, or misusing that light, that vision, that feeling, or others are misunderstanding your vision and your imaginations, where you spend a lot of time into, that you derive actions and the expressions that you do in the 11th house, right? Or you might be misunderstanding why others are expressing so much the same thing, or things that come out of the same place, or others might be misunderstanding why you're so passionate about talking about certain stuff online, right? Or you're just misunderstanding the point and expressing a lot of bullshit online. You know what I'm saying? But either way, you might be feeling stuck, or you might think that others are stuck into a certain spiritual perspective, into a certain spiritual pattern, into a certain vision and feeling. And lastly, but not least, let's go to the 12th house, the house of dreams, illusions, and imaginations. And we have reversed Seven of Cups. So this means that you or others, because it's a house where a mutable constellation was born out of, that you are receiving, or others that are receiving from you, dreams, illusions, imaginations, feelings, and spiritual purposes, you or those other people are separating from old emotions, old feelings, old purpose, old reasons, old dreams, illusions, and nightmares to enter new emotional spaces that they can share, connect, and be mutable about, and you too as well. But you and others might be misunderstanding yourself, themselves, or the external connections, dreams, illusions, and imaginations that they are receiving. All right? Because you're separating from the old stuff, and while you don't create a clear perspective about the new stuff, you might not see the full picture. And it's going to be everything for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you want one to yourself, contact me via IG or via email. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this reading, the format in itself, and the reading specifically. And if you enjoy, leave a like and subscribe. It's immensely appreciated. Until the next time, as a cloud surfer, surfing out, believe in yourself, believe in all possibilities, and you'll be alright. See you soon.